So I've been using the iPhone X for quite some times now, and the experience has been pretty great. Coming off from the iPhone 7, which I have been using previously for quite few years, I guess, and I recently upgraded to the iPhone X. And so in this video, I'm going to be talking about, should you get the iPhone X? Is it worth the upgrade if you are coming from the previous generations, or should you go for the other alternatives? So let's get started. So talking about the body dimensions, it has a 5.8-inch Super AMOLED display, as Apple calls it, and Retina SDR display, which is pretty good. In day-to-day uses, the pictures are pretty bright, the picture quality is pretty good, and watching media consumption is pretty good too. Talking about the back, it has an vertical camera layout with an Gorilla Glass back. Of course, I have an skin over it because the white was too boring for me, and the Apple logo cut out. And looking at the below, it has a lightning port, speakers. So talking about the display, it has a Super Retina OLED display with an XDR10 support with Dolby Vision, and it goes up to the brightness of about 625 nits, which is pretty bright, but not as bright in the outdoor conditions, of course. It also supports the 3D touch, with the Apple removed after this generation. This was the last generation of iPhone that came with 3D touch, and to be honest, I pretty like the 3D touch. It's pretty good, and the haptic feedback you get from a 3D touch is pretty good. So let's talk about the OS and the platform it runs. So the iPhone 10 comes with an Apple A11 Bionic chipset, which is a 10mm chipset, which performs pretty good. It is an hexa-core 2.39 GHz chipset, which in today's standards is pretty good, not that great. So talking about the platform, it comes with 3 gigs of RAM, which is pretty average in this day and age, and it comes with the storage option of 64 GB to 521 GB. So let's talk about the camera, right? It includes a 12 megapixel main camera and another 12 megapixel of a telephoto camera and a flash in the middle. So the main camera, or the wide camera as people call it, it comes with an 1.8 aperture with 28mm wide sensor. The telephoto camera, whereas, comes with the 52mm of wide sensor and 2.4 aperture, so it does not get quite bright if you use the 2x, or if you want to shoot the portrait mode photos with this camera. But with the main camera, it takes pretty good photos as per today's standards. So talking about the camera, it takes pretty good pictures with quite few details in the daylight, but at night times it struggles with details a little bit, but the pictures are quite usable at the night time. Talking about the video, it clicks an SD, or you can say 1080p with 30 frames per second. The video quality is, of course, it's an iPhone, it takes pretty good videos, and you can obviously zoom it to 2x and also click pretty good videos from it. So let's talk about the sensor. As you can see, the notch, you get the Face ID obviously, and all the other sensors like accelerometer, gyrometer, proximeter, and compass, and other general sensors that you get. Talking about the battery, it has a 2716 mAh battery, which is pretty good, and it gives me quite a nice battery life. I can get over 3-4 hours, maybe 4.5 hours of battery life from 100 to 0, because I'm rocking a 90% battery health on this one, which is pretty good according to this day and age. So talking about the option you can get on this phone, you can get a space gray or a silver variant, that's depend upon your choice, and you can get the option of 64 GB to 521 gigs according to the prices you want to buy it. In conclusion, talking about the day-to-day use, it does not have any lags or any stutters. It still outperforms the other Android phones that comes in this price range, and it's pretty good till this date. And I guess it will get another software update for, I guess, 2 or 3 more years, so you are good for 3 years, I guess, with this phone. And even after you stop getting the software update, it will perform pretty good. So talking about the prices, you can, in Nepal, you can get the iPhone X in the secondary market for around 40 to 50,000, depending upon the battery health and depending upon the condition of the phone. So if your budget is around 50,000 and if you are planning to hop on the iOS platform, so this might be a pretty great phone for you.